Yo, what's up with y'all boys and girls, man? Hey, it's Jay Briggs here from Pickdawgz.com, bringing y'all my NBA Jam session on February 15th, 2023, man. If you're looking for more of this great content, y'all know what to do. Smash that like button, subscribe if you're new, and drop your like down in the comments. As you know, I love going through, seeing who y'all like, man. My best bets can be found over at Pickdawgz.com. Click that premium picks tab. The link is in the description. Takes you right to my handicapper page, man. That's where you can find all my long-term packages, every play that I have on the board today, including my $15 NBA Jam session play, man. My best bet in the NBA every night, man. So go over there, check all that out, man. You can also follow me on Twitter, as that's where I update y'all on late injury news. Let y'all know if my mind changes due to late information coming out of the association, man. I drop free parlays and free plays over there for you guys, so you can follow me over there for that. We got a nice house card in the NBA tonight, man. We got 10 games. We want to smash it per usual, man. So without further ado, man, let's try to do just that. We've had a rough 2 days in the last 2 on the jam session, man. We're going to bounce back tonight. Perfect opportunity to do so. Let's try to do just that, and let's hop right into tonight's NBA action. In our first matchup of the night, man, we got the San Antonio Spurs. They're out on the road facing the Charlotte Hornets. Charlotte's laying 7, total 242. Me personally, man, I'm not betting this game. I'm staying away from this game. We got 2 of the worst teams in the NBA. Not 2 teams I would want to be putting my money on right now. If I were to lean anywhere in the smallest lean of the day, man, I promise you I'm not betting this one. It would be the Spurs plus the 7. It's more a fade of Charlotte laying 7. I'm not laying, or I would not suggest anybody laying 7 with the Charlotte Hornets. They're an awful basketball team. They only have 16 wins on the season. It's not a team I want to be laying 7 points with. Also, Charlotte is the 3rd worst home cover team in all of the NBA, man. They are terrible at home, man. They are 9-17 against the spread. Have only covered in 34.6% of their home games. They're, like I said, the only 2 teams they're better than are the Miami Heat, which I know we fade at home almost every opportunity we get, and my Dallas Mavericks. You know, the Mavericks have not been a good home cover team either. So those are the only 2 teams Charlotte's better than at home. Laying 7 with them, in my opinion, is not a good idea. In that same breath, though, the San Antonio Spurs are just as awful against the spread out on the road. You know, they're 10-18 against the spread. Have only covered in 35.7% of their road games, and their top guys are kind of out tonight. It looks like Trey Jones could be out, Langford could be out, Doug McDermott. So it's a weird game. Me personally, I'm staying away, not betting this one. If I lean anywhere, though, it would be fading the Charlotte Hornets laying 7. In our next matchup of the night, man, we got your Chicago Bulls out on the road facing the Indiana Pacers. Indiana laying 2.5, total 231.5. And I keep saying your Chicago Bulls. I know that's their saying, but really, they're your Chicago Bulls. I do not like this team. I'm continuing to fade this team, quite honestly. I know the Pacers have not been playing good as they've lost 5 straight. I know that, but tonight I do think is the perfect bounce back and get right opportunity for them, and I do think they win this game. We're only laying 2.5, which is just a bucket. Give me the Pacers here in this one. Chicago, they've lost 4 straight in their own right, man. They're without their best player tonight, in DeMar DeRozan with the hip injury. They just lost to Orlando by 9, lost to Cleveland by, 8, got hammered by Brooklyn, got hammered by Memphis. I just have not liked what I've seen from Chicago. I thought that they were going to get rid of some guys at the deadline. They probably should have. They're going to blow it up this offseason. I'm pretty sure of that. I think all the energy is sucked out of this building. I don't think they have any positive momentum. This is not a team I want to be putting my money on right now. I keep telling y'all they're the most inconsistent team in the NBA. They're just a disappointing team, man. They're a fake good team. Like I said earlier this season, I think coming into the season, we thought maybe they were going to be like last season, a competing playoff team, but right now they're 5 games under 500. I just not have liked what I've seen from them, man. I just haven't. I know the Pacers, they had an excuse. Their best player in Halliburton was out. He returns. He has returned. They've still been pretty bad, but I think they have some positive momentum, at least for them. They can still improve. I think Chicago just is what Chicago is at this point. I'm taking the Pacers. I'm laying the 2.5 here in this one. They're in their home gym where they played their best basketball this season. Let me pull it up. Indiana this season on their home floor against the spread is 18-13. Have covered in 58.1% of their home games. So it's not really a bad place to be. I know they've been struggling here recently, but I really believe they're going to wake up out of it. I do, and I think they start probably here tonight beating up on the Chicago Bulls team. So Pacers laying the 2.5 for me here in this one tonight. In our next matchup of the night, man, we got the game of the night. I am excited for this game, man. We got the Cleveland Cavaliers out on the road facing the Philadelphia 76ers. Philly laying 2, totals 216.5. We got the red-hot Cleveland Cavaliers, man. They're out on the road where they're not the same juggernauts they are on their home floor, man. But they're red-hot right now, and they're going into Philadelphia, man. Philadelphia, they're playing good right now as well, man. So I can't wait to put my eyes on this one tonight. Me personally, though, I'm betting Cleveland. It's hard not to. I love betting Cleveland, man. This team is really good. And unlike most teams, man, Cleveland has two Twin Towers down there ready to defend Embiid, man. This is going to be a hell of a game here tonight. Cleveland did win the first matchup, 113-185, man, on the 30th of November. That was so early in the season, though. I'm ready to see these two teams in their current iteration and how good they are. But I'm taking Cleveland, bro. They've dominated everybody recently. I know they haven't played the best competition, but still, they've ran through everybody in their path. San Antonio 117-109, Chicago 97-89, the Pelicans 118-107, Detroit 113-85, Washington 114-91. We could go on and on with how good Cleveland's been. The Philadelphia 76ers have won 3 straight against Houston. They struggled early in that one. We're down like 8 at half. I don't know if they were down 8, but I know they weren't winning at half. They did come back and win that game really comfortably. They barely escaped against the Brooklyn Nets. They were losing that whole game. They had a lead at 6-4, and then for the rest of the game, the Nets were winning. And then the Sixers took the lead with like 30 seconds left, and then the Nets almost sent it to overtime. Dinwiddie shot the shot at the buzzer. His fingertips were still on the ball. He did hit it, though. But they lost that game, so the Sixers would end up winning, and they did beat the Knicks on their home floor, 119-108. We are in Philly, where Philly goes stupid, dummy, crazy. I understand that. It's going to be a hell of a game, man, but I lean Cavs, man. I think the Cavs win this game outright, man. I can't fade them right now. I really like what I've seen from them. This could be a second-round playoff series. This could be the Western Conference Finals. We'll see, man. I'm high on both of these teams. I think Cleveland, though, is just playing the better basketball. And don't tell nobody, but I think Cleveland is actually the better team. Give me the Cavs on the money line here in this one tonight. In our next matchup of the night, man, we got the New York Knicks out on the road facing the Atlanta Hawks. Atlanta laying 3, man, total 233. We got a rivalry game, man. I love watching Knicks-Hawks games, man. These games are always intense. These two teams hate each other. We got some new additions like Jalen Brunson to the series. You know, this is going to be their 4th meeting. Last meeting. Hopefully we get these guys in the playoffs. I don't think we are, though. I don't think neither one of them are going to get high enough seeding to make it to where we get them in the playoffs again. But that was a great series. But tonight, man, we get to see it again. We're in Atlanta here in this one. Atlanta is leading the season series 2-1. They won the first one in New York, 112-99. New York won the second one in New York, 113-89. And the Hawks won the last one, 139-124 in ATL. We're in ATL again here in this one. And quite honestly, man, I am going to take ATL later 3. I know the Knicks are actually playing the better basketball as they've won 4 of their last 5. And the Hawks have only won 2 of their last 5. And the Hawks let us down majorly in that loss to the Charlotte Hornets in their last one. How that happened, I don't know. The Hawks waited until the 4th quarter to want to wake up and try to come back in that one. It was too little, too late. They were not, defense in that game was non-existent. I know I rarely give totals in this one, but I might lean over in that one. I watched that full game between the Hawks and the Hornets, and the Hawks defense was non-existent. Charlotte got pretty much every bucket that they wanted, and the Knicks are kind of hot right now too as well. So like that scoring wise, as they put up some points on the Brooklyn last time, they put up some points on Utah. We've seen them, they put up at least 119 in their last 3 games. So I've kind of liked what I've seen from the New York Knicks scoring the basketball. So I do lean over in this game as well. But when it's all said and done, if there's one team that's going to slay the New York Knicks, it's going to be the Atlanta Hawks, man. Trae Young just always seems to have an amazing game against them. I think he might have another good one tonight. It's going to be a really good game. I lean Hawks, laying the 3, lean over in this game as well here in this one. In our next matchup of the night, man, we got the Detroit Pistons. They're out on the road facing arguably the best team in basketball, man, the Boston Celtics. Celtics laying 8, total 226. The Celtics, man, they're on a back-to-back after hanging tough in there yesterday with Milwaukee, man. They were winning early in that one. They did fall in overtime, though, 131-125. They're probably still without Tatum tonight. We know no Jaylen Brown. Marcus Smart's out as well. Derek White questionable. Al Horford questionable. On a back-to-back. They are at home, but I'm going to lean Pistons, honestly, here in this one. I know the Celtics have hammered them 3 times this season, 128-112 on the 9th of November, 117-108 on the 12th of November, and 111-99 on the 6th of February. But I'm kind of leaning Pistons here in this one. I'm not sure if it's going to make the premium area. I'm not sure if I'm going to bet this one. I'm probably not. But I do lean Pistons in this one. I do think they can keep this game competitive. I just really don't like the spot for the Boston Celtics. This Pistons team is a scrappy group. We've seen them keep some of their games here recently competitive. I think maybe they could fight here tough. We just seen them fight hard against Toronto in their last one as 10-point dogs. They lost that game by 1. They did beat San Antonio. I mean, somebody had to win that game, but we'll see. Not really liking the spot for the Celtics. Not really liking that all their guys are out for the Celtics on this back-to-back, so probably leaning Pistons for me here in this one tonight. In our next matchup of the night, man, we got the Miami Heat out on the road facing the Brooklyn Nets. Brooklyn laying 1, total 211. I mean, y'all know I love fading Miami. I know that's a lot at home. On the road, they're about average, but still, I love fading Miami, and I think I'm going to do so again tonight. I'm going to lay the 1 with the Brooklyn Nets. I know the Nets, they've been struggling, man. They've only won 1 of their last 5, but this is going to be their 5th home game in their last 6 games. I know they just lost out on the road to the New York Knicks 124-106, but I do think they win this one before they head out on the road, get a home win with this new group in front of their new fans. Man, I really think that's what happens. Miami, man, they're struggling right now, and this injury report is a mile long. Kyle Lowry's still out. Jovic looks like he's out. Tyler Hero's out. Victor Oladipo looks like he's out, and looks like Duncan Robinson's out as well, so this Miami Heat team's banged up. I know they still got their 2 main guys out of Adebayo and Jimmy Butler, but I like the way this Brooklyn Nets team plays defense. I do lean under as well. I know y'all are probably going to laugh at me in the comments again as I rarely give totals, but I do kind of lean under in this one. This Brooklyn Nets team plays defense. We know Miami plays defense, and they rarely put the ball in the bucket. This one could be first to 100 wins this basketball game, quite honestly. So I do kind of lean under as well. I lean Brooklyn. This is one of the lowest totals I think we've seen all season, but I think it's this low for a reason. Brooklyn has a lot of good 3-and-D guys that's going to D up. Their problem right now is finding who's going to be consistent scoring-wise. Is it going to be Dinwiddie? Is it going to be Cam Thomas? Is Mikal Bridges going to turn into a scorer every night? They got some things to figure out over there in Brooklyn, but I like the direction they're going in. I kind of like the squad they got, and I think they win this one tonight. So I'll lay the 1 with Brooklyn. We're continuing to fade Miami. I know we have no problem fading Miami. In our next matchup of the night, man, we got the Memphis Grizzlies laying 8.5 on the Utah Jazz, man. Total 239. And I'm going to lay the points here with the Grizzlies, man. We know the Grizzlies go stupid dummy crazy on their home floor. And I have not liked what I've seen from the Jazz here recently, man. Quite honestly, this is going to be their 4th straight road game. I don't think that's a good spot for them. They did win their last one out against the Pacers, 123-117. The Pacers are struggling right now, though. Somebody had to win that one. They lost to the New York Knicks, 126-120. Beat the Toronto Raptors 122-116, which was, I guess, a solid win. But Toronto also, just like the Pacers, are struggling right now, too. They got hammered by Minnesota on their home floor, 143-118. And then they lost by 13 to the Dallas Mavericks as 10-point favorites, with the Mavs not really playing anybody in that game. So I'm not like what I've seen from the Jazz in their last 5. They're still out on the road, man, and quite honestly, I think the Memphis Grizzlies hammer them. We like betting the Grizzlies on their home floor as they're the 4th best home cover team in all of the NBA. 17-10-1 against the spread on their home floor are the Memphis Grizzlies, man. I think tonight's a spot where we see them hammer them. The Jazz are leading the season series 2-1. They won the first 2 matchups in Utah, 121-105 and 124-123. Those were both on in October on the 29th and the 31st. So that's early in the season where we were really betting the Jazz heavily on their home floor. That's when they were going stupid dummy crazy on their home floor. Since they've kind of returned back to the median, the Jazz did lose the last one, 123-118 on the 8th of January in Memphis to this Grizzlies team. And I think it probably goes like this again, man. I'm going to lay the points here with the Grizzlies. 23-5 on their home floor are the Grizzlies this season, man. They just play their best basketball there. I think we see them hammer them tonight, quite honestly. Give me the Grizzlies. Think they bounce back on their home floor tonight after losing their last one to the Boston Celtics. I'll lay the 8.5. In our next matchup of the night, man, we got the Houston Rockets out on the road facing our favorite money-making team, man, the Thunder Buddies, the Cover Buddies, man, the best cover team in all of the NBA, man. They're laying 9.5, though, in this one, man, total 236. Quite honestly, man, y'all know I love the Thunder Buddies, the Cover Buddies, man. I have no problem putting my money on this team, but 9.5 is kind of crazy, man. I am going to have to grab the points with the Rockets, man. The Rockets have won 4 of the last 5 meetings straight up. The Thunder did hammer them in the last meeting, though, 153-121. So we have seen the Thunder hammer them, but like I said, the Rockets have won 4 of the last 5 straight up. I like what I've seen from the Rockets here. I know the box score looks ugly against Philly. They didn't cover, and now when the final score was 123-104. They were in that game, though. They were leading at half. And then they just kind of fell apart there in the second half. They hung tough, though, against Miami the game before that, 97-95. Hung tough against Sacramento the game before that, 130-128. So I've seen some fight between these Rockets in their last 3 games, man. I really have. The Thunder Buddies, man, y'all know this is my favorite money-making team, man. I love taking the Thunder Buddies. But tonight, laying 9.5, man, that's kind of crazy. I know they hammered them in the last one, 153-121, but I can't do it. Quite honestly, I'm probably going to stay away from this one. I'm probably not going to bet Houston. I told y'all that earlier in the season. If I'm not betting Oklahoma City, I'd rather just stay away. That's one team I really, really don't like to fade. But I think here tonight, if there was a spot to do so, I think the Rockets could keep this one competitive as they've done their last few matchups. And like I said, the Rockets have beat the Thunder 4 out of the last 5 meetings straight up. I know the Thunder hammered them 153-121. The Thunder are the best cover team in the NBA, and we love putting our money on the Thunder Buddies, man. But here tonight, I just couldn't get there laying 9.5. In our next matchup of the night, man, we got my favorite team, the Dallas Mavericks, out on the road facing the Denver Chicken Nuggets. We got Denver laying 4.5, man, total 233.5. All right, before I get into this one, man, we know the golden rule. The golden rule is we almost never fade the Denver Nuggets on their home floor as the Denver Nuggets go stupid, dummy, crazy at home. They're 26-4 at home, and they've won 86.7% of their home games this season on their home floor. They're also really good against the spread on their home floor as well, as the Denver Nuggets are 19-10-1 against the spread on their home floor. The golden rule is we pretty much do not fade them there. And in that same breath, the Mavericks definitely deserve to be on the do not bet list as they are still the worst cover team in all of the NBA, man. It's pretty bad. They're 21-35-3 against the spread. Have only covered in 37.5% of their games. They're even worse than the Miami Heat, man, who's only 1 game better than the Mavs in this category. The 2 worst cover teams in the NBA are the Mavs and the Miami Heat. All that said, man, if I was just coming here to read all this off a spreadsheet, I would say Nuggets, bruh. If that's what y'all want to hear, take the Nuggets. Fade me. Fade the Mavericks. I get it. If that's what y'all want to hear, take that. Me, if y'all came here to know what I'm betting tonight, where I'm putting my money at tonight, it could be fandom. It could be that I just really believe that I think the Mavs win this game tonight. I'm taking the Mavs on the money line. Do with that information what you want. Me personally, it's not my bet of the day. I'll tell y'all that right now. It's not my bet of the day. There's another play I really, really like on the card today. That's my bet of the day. It's not the Mavs are not my play of the day, but I do think the Mavs have a real shot to win this game. Luka and Kyrie are gonna wake up at some point, bro. They're gonna wake up. They came back in the end versus the Timberwolves in that one, man. The offense really got the clicking, and quite honestly, I think it gets to clicking here soon. It's going to take some time for them to gel the right way, but this Mavs team is going to be scary. I think they have a real shot at winning this game. I know the golden rule is we don't fade the Nuggets on their home floor. I get that. If y'all want to take the Nuggets, totally. I understand. It's not really a bad place to be. I told y'all the record at home, how good they are at home, and how terrible the Mavs are against the spread. I understand. Me, though, I'm taking the Mavs on the money line. I do lean over as well. The Mavs play no defense. The Denver Nuggets really don't either, so we'll see. I lean over as well. Mavs on the money line. That's where I'll be here in this matchup tonight. In our last and final matchup of the night, man, we got the Pelicans on the road facing the Los Angeles Lakers. Lakers laying 3.5, total 234.5. The burning question is, where's LeBron? LeBron has been doing everything but hooping lately. He passed Kareem and said, I'm finna take the victory lap. Bro was at the Super Bowl. Bro been everywhere but on the court. So, does he play tonight? He's listed as questionable. He probably does. Do the Lakers automatically just click it into gear and start hooping? I hope so. Do I think that happens? I do not. I actually lean Pelicans on the money line here in this one. I think LeBron comes back and they dropped his first one and didn't go on the run. They need to go on one real soon, though, as they've lost. I mean, not lost, but they're 6 games under 500. They need to do something soon, ASAP, or they're not going to make the playoffs. I like the additions and the new guys they got. They need to start stacking some wins, man, but I don't know if it comes tonight. The Pelicans have won 4 of their last 5, man. They really have, after losing 10 straight. I kind of like what I've seen from them in their last few matchups, man. They just beat the Thunder Buddies as underdogs, the best covered team in all of the NBA, 103-100. They did get hammered by the Cleveland Cavaliers. I'm not really putting too much stock in that because Cleveland has been hammering everybody. Just go look. They beat Atlanta pretty good, 116-107. Hammered the Sacramento Kings, 136-104. Beat the Lakers not that long ago as well, 131-126. LeBron did play in that one. That was a game right before the Lakers. That was a game right before LeBron passed Kareem. So we just seen these two teams not that long ago, man. I kind of like what the Pelicans are doing right now. I know they're on the road in this one, but I think they win this one straight up, honestly. So in our last and final game of the night, I'm taking the Pelicans on the money line right now. If my mind changes, I'll let y'all know on Twitter. I do think LeBron plays tonight, but I still think the Pelicans win it outright. I kind of like what I've seen from them here recently. I'm not going to fade them. I'm going to take them on the money line. And that's going to conclude today's episode on the Jam Session on February 15th, 2023, man. Thank y'all for watching. Smash that like button for your guy, man. Subscribe if you're new, and drop y'all like down in the comments. As you know, I love going through, seeing who y'all like, man. My best bets can be found at Pickdawgz Premium. Follow me on Twitter at ParlayGuyJays. That's where I update y'all on late injury news. Let y'all know if my mind changes due to late information coming out of the association, man. I drop free parlays and free plays over there occasionally, man. So follow me over there for all that great stuff. Talk to y'all on Twitter. I'll talk to y'all in the comments, man. We're going to bounce back tonight, and I'll see y'all tomorrow. I'm out. Peace.